Hey guys, hope you guys had a good day today. Wow, today was a choppy, tight range, low volume day. So for reference, today SPY moved intraday a total of $1.34. That's 31% of the 10-day average, which is $4.30. Not only that, but volume wise, as of right now at 5 o'clock, we are looking at 48.3 mil total volume. That's 68% of the 30-day average. I'm not sure if it'll, I think the bottom will cut off here, but I'll pull it up here. So as of right now, this is the lowest day of volume since back on February 26th. So super low volume today. Just honestly a brutal day to trade. ES spent almost 4 hours in about, or no, longer than that, almost 5 hours, essentially in a 4 point range. 2 or 3 hours of that was in a 2 point range. Today played me hard. I had a thesis that the run up was unsupported. I saw that it was really interesting to me this morning because, like I said on Friday, NQ was the only thing on Friday, in my opinion, that kept us from selling off, that kept us from having a big red day on Friday. And today we saw the same thing. So on NQ, once again, it held us up. So it was really interesting because we had such a big drop at the first, like really basically right at open on NQ. We had a major drop. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get a big recovery. And then NQ just went on a pretty big tear. And from there, ES joined it, but then it just consolidated. It just basically pegged this 52.82 to really 52.87 area, and really 52.85 until the last half hour of the day there. And it just stayed there. So my thesis was that we would come back near low a day. And we came super close with about 2 points by end of day. Today was hard for me. I took shorts all day long, and basically I kept setting a break-even stop when I thought the breakdown was coming. If you look at the 15-minute candles today on ES, there are so many wicks to the downside. We had so many opportunities where we were looking to drop. We kept looking to break 52.82, and literally the last second they would buy it back up. But then, it was the same thing. We kept trying to break through 52.86, and boom, we just kept getting rejected. We kept getting rejected. There was just on the daily time frame, we did not have buyers on ES or NQ, and Qs and SPY had stronger sellers. So, there was no upside support. Yes, we closed red today, but from an upside standpoint, we didn't have the support to continue to push up, yet we were pushing up. So, some of that could be quarterly options related at the end of the month, or sorry, end of the week, end of the month, but end of the week on Thursday is quarterly option expiration. Outside of that, I just don't really have a good justification for why we continue to push up like we did today. Today, very much so, is set up to be a pretty good bear day. And I think, it's tough now. We'll go through it here. But looking at tomorrow, it's really difficult to justify what tomorrow is going to do. Part of me feels like we're looking at a day like this right here on March 4th, where we're going to see a big gap down on SPY and we're going to drop through the 8 EMA support. It's just a very ugly trend day today, but we're going to look at it. We'll see what we got for tomorrow. So on Friday, we put in a new supply at 523.43. Since putting that in, you can see we're slowly moving down. Now, this is definitely a potential bear flag breakout here, but I do see potential to at least test ADMA support, which is 518.07, but likely 517.16. Now, again, I don't expect us to break through 20 EMA support, which for tomorrow will be about 514.74. But again, this is set up without buyers to support the upside to come back down. Now, again, I'm going to click over real quick here. Really since 320 right here, we have not had any real support or justification to the upside. I would say the last truly justified day, which interestingly enough was 3-4. So what I mean by that is this was the last time that we had significant buyers on both ES and SPY, and we made a new high. So pretty much all these other highs we've made are on less and less and less buying support. So pretty much tomorrow, the Bulls need to close over 523.43 and Bears need to close under 517.16. Now going over to ES, we have a nice little double top here at 5307. We came down, we almost got to 8 EMA support. We almost had the doji reversal candle to the upside, but we sold off enough here where, it almost looks like we're going to get the continuation. And you can see since we broke out on the 20th, which again, remember I said on the 20th when we broke out, I wouldn't be surprised to see us come back down to test previous support at 52.38. So that gives us almost 40 points to the downside here. And that would be a good bounce point to then target 53.07. Now going over to the Qs, so the Qs, again, we are just in this bigger range here. We have another failed breakout on Thursday. So today, we put in a new supply at 446.44. So SPY and ES versus Qs and NQ are looking way different. So on Friday, ES and SPY put their what looked like a pretty clear top in, came down, and we're looking like we're going to see that downside. Now, when we look at the Qs, it almost looks a little bit more bullish. Now, again, technically this is a doji, long body doji here, but this again, is a failure to make a new high here. So yes, and basically what we did is we put our supply in at 446.44 and about 20 cents off, we touched it and rejected it. So now we're kind of stuck here where we're between the daily 8 EMA support here at 442.76 and then resistance at 446.44. Now the favor would go to the downside, and again, intraday, NQ is the only thing that's been holding us up. Today was even weirder because we didn't even have a big tech up. Tesla was up 1%, but they're not big enough to do it. Nvidia was up 0.76%. That's not much. Most of tech was red today, yet again, we still saw the upside. So, it's definitely interesting watching this play out. And I do think this is setting up for, honestly, a pretty decent red day tomorrow. But with buyers holding this up, it's definitely hard to justify the short though. But again, basically what's happening is nobody's really pushing it one way or another. We're kind of just really consolidating. So basically sellers need to get this under 442.76 and bulls need to get it back over 446.44. Now, this is where it's even more difficult because we had our clear breakout here. We had our nice rejection. We put in a new double top resistance at 18,581. We came up today. We attempted to break out over that, and you can see we failed to. So the favor with the failed breakout essentially would be the downside. But you can also see we came down, had a massive support bounce off daily 8 EMA support that's going to be at 18,436. So this is where it's really difficult because we don't have daily buyers on NQ to justify a further push to the upside. Same with ES. We don't have buyers to justify the upside, yet NQ intraday was super bullish. So, we might get that flush lower, or we might end up with kind of an ugly, doji day just like this again. Even NQ today, didn't really see a ton of movement. NQ only saw about 187 total points, which is 73% of its average. And volume-wise, it only put in 66% of its 30-day volume. So super low volume today too. Realistically, I would say under 18,417, and we're coming back down into this area, over 18,581, and we're going to break out to at least 18,700. For me here personally, honestly, it's hard to look at the chart and be bullish just because of the rejection, but it's hard to feel bearish when the bulls really just did not let them sell it off today. Now, going over to the VIX, VIX is also a hard one. So, we finally got the upside bounce I was looking to, but you can see what they did. They completely dumped the VIX down. Now, the other thing that was interesting today was at 115 or 110, we had a really weird 1% spike up on the VIX. And that was right when we were about to see, or we were breaking through support. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we had this massive fake failed breakdown that then led to basically like a kind of a goofy squeeze to the upside. So, the market definitely moved in a weird way today. But we didn't quite get to 13.72 demand to take that out, but we didn't quite come low enough to put a new supply in either. So it's kind of a weird spot here in the VIX also. It's honestly set up where we might get a double bottom and push up, or we might just see a weird gap up on the VIX again tomorrow, and maybe we'll finally push through 13.72. Now, when you look at the dollar's had a 2-day massive breakout. Finally found a little bit of a top here at 104.437. Going over to the 10-year, so 10-year came down. It found really nice support here. We have not put a new demand in yet, so 10 years going to need to see a little bit more upside before we do that. But for the most part here, again, it's hard to feel bullish, but it's also hard to feel bearish at the same time here. So I am curious what the overnight will bring. We've pretty much had 2 basically days of weakness. So I'm interested to see if we can continue that gap down into tomorrow or not. So hope you guys had a good day trading today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.